Hi, Steve and Caleb from Brownells here with another edition of Smyth Busters. And today we're going to look at how do you store your AR-15 with the hammer back and the safety on, or the hammer forward at rest. Caleb, you brought this up. What do you got to say?
Yeah, so the myth here is that you should store the AR-15 with the hammer forward as to not put extra tension on the hammer spring. So if you've been paying attention to any of our previous videos, you know, or you're privy to the fact that springs don't wear out from being compressed, they wear out from use.
Right.
So you're doing absolutely nothing to help your hammer spring by storing it in the forward position. And I think where this myth came from is that whenever you check in your M4 or M16 into the military arms room, you'll put the hammer in the forward position. You'll basically fire it into a clearing barrel, dry fire it, and then hand it to the armor on the with the selector lever in the fire position and the hammer forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where the myth comes from. So the reason you do that is to make the firearm rack safe. It has nothing to do with the hammer spring.
Yeah.
And rack safe is basically so the armor can visually look at it, see that the trigger is further back. Now the trigger is further back than it was, and the selector is in the fire position. So now the armorer knows that the chamber is empty because the hammer's forward, and he watched the guy clear it into the barrel. So he can pass it to his assistant armorer to put into the rack, and they don't have to go through the whole clearing process again. You can just push on that selector lever, because whenever the hammer's forward, the selector lever will not go on safe, so you know that the hammer's forward. So that's the whole idea behind rack safe. Has nothing to do with tension on the hammer spring.
Mm-hmm. And it's a big safety thing.
That's exactly it. Yep.
An accidental discharge is a lot of paperwork in the military.
It's a ton.
A lot.
It's a ton.
So I can't blame them. And to be honest, my ARs, half of them are stored with the hammer back and half forward, I'm sure, if I was to go back home and look.
Yeah, I mean, it's your personal gun safe. It really doesn't matter. However you want to store it, go for it. But that's the reasoning behind it.
So that myth's kind of busted.
It is definitely busted.
That was an easy one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time with another edition of Smyth Busters.